Blessed are you for joining this timely word. Welcome to Remnant Gems with your host, Sister Shay, Kingdom Intercessor, Prophetic Seer, Voice and Expression. With 10 years plus in active ministry, domestic missions, urban missions, crusades, and many more exploits, I count it a sheer blessing and honor to be before you, and extremely grateful to be entrusted with this word and with this mantle. With that being said, today's premiere will be identifying your kingdom man. That's right, identifying your kingdom man with practical and prophetic tips, okay? So these are some things that the Lord has pretty much been percolating in my spirit over quite some time, and so I labored to make sure I can get this word before you. So just again, a few tips. This is not an exhausted list by any means. It's just some practical tips, also some prophetic tips to identify your kingdom man. One is, when identifying your kingdom man amongst the other men among you, it is important to notice that you will have an immense high level of respect for this man and his authority. You will have a high level of respect for him. Okay? To elaborate, this will be a true, deep-rooted respect for him, for his essence, for his character, for his being. It will not be a mere attraction, a mere appeal for him. It won't be just like, some mere adoration. It won't be like your favorite pop singer. It won't be that. It will be different. You will have as much as even a reverence for this man. Okay? Maybe you know his personal walk. Maybe you know his character. Okay, like his character will go before him. Okay, this is a respect that cannot be bought. You will not just be merely respecting his material accumulation. It will not be that. You won't be respecting his followers or his platform. You will have a deep-rooted respect for this man. Where we find this at is also correlates with Ephesians chapter 5 verse 22, where it tells wives to submit, to honor and respect. Okay, this will be very, very natural for you. Okay, it is very vital to the man, especially to the kingdom man, to know that he has your respect no matter what. And that will be natural. That will be a natural identifier. So step one is to notice how you feel about him. Do you have a natural respect for this kingdom man? Step two, these are no particular order at all, no sequence, just how I wrote them out. Step two, he will ask you, or he will pose and probe different questions, okay, to you, such as, what do you want to do with your life? He will speak mission-minded. The kingdom man is legacy-minded altogether. He is purpose-driven, okay? He's very intentional about his time, about all of his investments, okay? So I will say that the kingdom man, and how to identify him, is notice the questions that he asks you. It can be very brief, but he quickly is trying to gauge you. He will ask kingdom-minded questions. He will probe different questions to you than your average Joe. Okay? I had never been asked certain questions unless I was engaging with a kingdom man. Most guys, hey, what are you just doing this weekend? And that's okay too, at times. But a kingdom man is very intentional. He's very purposeful. And also, a worthy mention is not only will he just gauge you purposefully, he will also be very clear and direct about his kingdom purpose, his kingdom mandate. He'll tell you, oh, I'm going to be this, I'm studying to be this, I'm going to be a missionary, I'm going to be a pastor. He will be very clear up front. So that way, if you're like, hey, I don't think I could be a first lady, I don't, you can kind of go from there. I think that's very important to have clarity. So step 2 in identifying a kingdom man is that his conversation will be clear and his questions and probing and will be very clear and direct. Okay. Moving right along. Step 3. I had wrote, when identifying your kingdom man, you will likely have a direct, keen interest in his purpose, in his calling. Naturally. You will maybe even tell him, hey, you should write a book, like, wow, like, or something like that to that tune. You will have a natural incline to want to help him. Now, this is not in any way to say that you should be trying to play house, you should be trying to bake him cookies, take it to his job. Nothing like that. It will be very natural. It'll almost throw you off. Like, oh, okay. You will want to help him in his calling and in his purpose. Okay, naturally. Where we find this, obviously, is Genesis 2:18, that the Lord will make the man a helper. Okay, you should have a natural feeling to do that for your kingdom man. Okay. 4. Another tip is, if you envision, it's very important to have vision as a kingdom woman as well, because our roles are very vital. A kingdom woman will have vision as well. And if you envision yourself with this man, envision, will your union be a blessing? Will this be a blessing to the kingdom? Will this be a blessing to society, to our community? Will this be a blessing, to your family, to your kids, if you have kids? I don't have kids. But, you need to just see, will this be a good example? So if you know it's like a blessing, like, wow, this will just be tremendous, that is a good way to identify your kingdom man. On the flip side of that, like, if you're in a relationship and this is just a bad witness, this is a bad testimony to everyone. Like, the police are getting involved at times. There's just crazy arguments. Neighbors are like, wow, that's what it's like to be a Christian. I don't want it. Not to say that anyone's perfect, but it should be a blessing. It should be attractive to the kingdom. If this is your kingdom man, look at that. It's very, very important. 5 brings me to my last tip. One accord. If you're with this kingdom man, there should be some type of unity. We're not talking twin flames and all this new age stuff. We're just talking about genuine one accord unity. There should almost even be a kindred spirit, if I will say that. Again, biblically, of course, naturally. Why? Well, even when Adam seen Eve, he said, oh, this is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. There should be, like, we talk the same language. I even understand how he processes. I understand. There should be something there in unison there. There really should be. The word I have from this is Amos. Amos chapter 3:3. It says, how can two walk together unless they agree? Well, to walk together, you at least have to talk. You have to be able to talk. There should be something there that you speak the same language. I understand. You understand that. It's easy to follow. Women, we have this power and this choice of who we're willing to submit to. We have the choice. Usually nowadays we're not in any arranged marriage. It is a choice. I have the right to choose who will I submit to. Can I understand him? Do I understand his logic, his reasoning? This is very important before you join a covenant relationship with anyone. Make sure that there's some type of one accord and unity there. Okay? Amos chapter 3:3. So, like I said, I would not be before you long. Maybe there's more tips that you would like to add. Please add that in the comments. Like, subscribe. This is not an exhaustive list at all. This is just what the Lord personally had highlighted in my own walk. And I'm so excited for you, especially in this Kairos season, this Kairos moment. It is just very important to distinguish what the goal is, what the purpose is, and to also kind of ward off any counterfeits. As a kingdom woman, you are going to be attractive to the world. There's no rule that says just Christian men are going to be attractive. Women in the Bible were very attractive, and you can definitely attract, especially if you're anointed. You will attract all types of figures and characters, and some of them will be even good men. But we don't want good men. We want kingdom. And so that's just something that's very important to distinguish, because sometimes we will attract good, but we don't want good. We want God's best. We want the kingdom. With that being said, be blessed. Stay tuned for more testimonies, gems, quick uploads. It's just going to be very jam-packed, and I truly do appreciate all your support, your prayers, your righteous prayers. God bless. Look forward to more. Again, have a kingdom blessed day.